How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, we're going to talk about another few players that the Aggies have offered that would be great, additions to the team if we could land them. Some high talent, a guard, a forward. So let's get straight into it. The first player we are going to be talking about today is Jordan Friesen, who played at Pittsburgh State last year. Pittsburgh State, if you haven't heard of it, it's a Division II school. They played in a really good conference, one of the better conferences in Division II, and he won Player of the Year in the conference. He averaged 18 points, 6 assists, about just under 4 rebounds a game. Shot the ball pretty well. So overall, he's just a great, tremendous player. Kind of reminds me of a guy like Zadie Jackson, who averaged 22 a game at the Division II level, the year prior to him coming in MSU this past year. And again, I haven't heard anything about Zadie signing any schools yet. Haven't heard about any of the other players that have entered the portal, any schools they've signed to yet. So maybe they'll decide to come back if they don't hear from any other schools they want to play at. But whether Zadie leaves or not, having a guy to replace him kind of like Jordan is a great, addition to the team. I love Zadie, and I'm sure Jordan will be great too. But I feel like it's a very even, trade-off, you could say. Like if we do lose Zadie, it would be unfortunate. But having Jordan replace him, no shame in that at all. And again, if we were to have both, that'd be even more awesome. I did see our new player, Anthony, who was with the Aggies last season, didn't play in any games, but he was playing this year. I saw him posting with Peter the other day. And so I'm not saying that means Peter's going to stay, but, they're hanging out. Peter's still in town. Maybe he'll want to stay. Haven't heard any news, or maybe he just want to go play pro because he has another year. Well, let's see what goes on with that. Again, like I've said multiple times, I'm pretty sure the freshmen will be staying. Marvin Cox, Jacoby Osborne, and Gabe Pickens. I saw him at Taos yesterday, actually. I saw them. I wasn't going to say anything because I want to go, bother them or whatever. But they said what's up to me, so that was cool. Shout out to them. I don't know if they've been watching the YouTube videos, but I know they like my Instagram posts, my Twitter posts, and all that. And again, they like the ones talking about them possibly staying. So pretty high chance they're staying. Those are the only 3 guys I've seen consistently on campus and around Las Cruces in general, especially the Chick-fil-A. I don't know what it is with that Chick-fil-A. Everyone likes going there, especially guys in the basketball team, which probably isn't the most healthiest option to have while playing basketball, but it's the off-season, so who cares, right? Yeah, Friesen literally shot 50% from the field, or 49.8, pretty much 50%. Because I saw a stat saying he shot 49%, so look at this. He practically shot 50, so, it's kind of wrong. But, man, he can shoot the ball. I can't remember what his percentage was from 3 or from the free throw line. I wouldn't be surprised if his free throw's not great, just because the Aggies seem to recruit players that can't shoot free throws. But if he's shooting 50% from the field as a guard, that's pretty damn good. I'm expecting him, whatever school he's at. I know he has offers from multiple schools. Can't remember exactly on the top of my head. I think there are a lot of mid-majors or low majors. He might have some big schools in there. But NMSU might be a valuable option for him. And that Colty Young guy we talked about, again, hasn't committed to any school yet, but he's the only guy I've made posts and videos about that's actually liked them. So maybe there's a chance he comes to NMSU. There's also been players in the past that have liked stuff like that and just haven't come. Or our quarterback, Logan Fife now, he was liking a lot of stuff about NMSU before he came here, and he was offered here more than he was the other schools. So that's any indication. Maybe we'll get that Colty guy and hopefully get Jordan as well in the process. The next player we're going to be talking about is a player that you guys might be familiar with. His name's Michael. I think his last name's Hoodger Howard. Not sure exactly how you say it, but he was number 6 for Jacksonville State last year. His jersey number was number 6. So familiar foe at Jacksonville State. Should beat him twice. Beat him once on the road. Lost him at home, which game probably should have won. Peter was balling out, but we just couldn't make shots toward the end of that game and close it out. He averaged 8.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. Had some pretty good dominant games against us. He's a 6'7" forward, so he's a good size. And I think just having forwards in general would be great. Again, if Peter can come back, it's awesome, but we're missing out on Rob, missing out on a lot of other forwards heading out of here. So getting him would be huge. He's got offers from some other really good schools, I believe from some other Conference USA schools as well. But he's a familiar foe, kind of like Braxton, who we talked about a couple videos ago, I believe, who was at Western Kentucky. At first I got them confused. I saw the jerseys. I saw Braxton in a white jersey, and then Michael in a white jersey. So at first I thought they were both Western Kentucky, but I looked more into it. Obviously he's at Jacksonville State, and was just a solid overall player for them. Not the greatest shooter in the world. I mean, he's only a 6'7" forward. He only shot 15% from 3 this past year, 22% the year prior at a different school. And then from the field, he shot like 42% and only 63% from the free throw line. So shooting's not the greatest, could definitely improve. For a 6'7" forward though, 63% is not as bad as it sounds. I think it's actually like 64%, like 63.8 or something like that. 42% of the field. Would like him to shoot a little bit better, especially since most of his points will probably be scored in the paint. He's not much of a shooter. But maybe he's a guy like Peter who can develop that 3-point shot. Because Peter by no means was a 3-point shooter at all at the start of the year, or just a shooter in general. And he started hitting middies and threes with these toward the end of the year. And super confident too. Or he's making threes and staring down the opponent's bench, or getting hyped up with his teammates. Maybe Michael will be a guy that's left wide open a lot because he's not known for his 3-point shooting, and I can help him develop his 3-point shot a lot. If he's wide open, no matter how bad of a shooter you are, if you're wide open, you can knock down some threes. Ben Simmons needs to take notes on that. He needs to take some shots because everyone leaves him open, right? arguably one of the worst shooters in the league. Well, he's definitely one of the worst, arguably the worst shooter in the league. I feel like I could shoot better than him. I'm a good shooter myself, because of basketball and stuff, but I'm obviously not in the NBA. You figure an NBA player could shoot better than people, but there's a lot of guys on our college team that could shoot better than him, like by far. Christian Cook being one of them who could make the NBA possibly, so we see how that goes. That's besides the point. The main point I want to make is that if Michael's wide open for threes, he has a better chance of making those, and he'll start developing more confidence, because people did start respecting Peter a little bit. They started defending him more. Peter had that buzzer beater to end the half against Louisiana Tech on the road. That was huge. So maybe Michael can develop that three-point shot a little bit, and maybe we can get a forward who can shoot the ball well and dominate the paint well. That's what I loved about Peter and Rob. They both did those things well. Rob could, play well in the paint, but he's more of a shooter. Peter wasn't as great of a shooter, but he could do it if he needed to. He was more of a dominant in the paint. But again, if we could get a guy that's as dominant in the paint as Peter and can shoot the ball lights out like Rob, that player could easily average 20 a game. I think Rob averaged about 10 a game, Peter averaged about 13. You combine those two, with most of their points being from their respective areas, you got a guy who can average over 20 easily. I don't know if Michael could be that guy, but he'd be a guy that can at least dominate the post. Be like a small center, if anything, possibly if he needs to. 6'7" forward, a big, strong guy. But again, if we can get a forward who can shoot the ball really well, that'd be awesome. And who knows, maybe Michael can transform into that type of player we want. But want him regardless. Obviously, we'll take anyone at this point, and he can be a great, again, addition to us, great asset. Coach Woods has been doing great with recruiting. He's been offering a lot of players. Not a lot of them have committed yet. There's only been a few players he's offered that have actually committed somewhere else. So a lot of the players he's offered still haven't made a decision. They're still in between with NMSU or any other schools. Again, I would expect by the end of this month and going into the next month and going into the summer for us to sign a lot of guys. I'm really excited about it. Really want to keep you guys updated. Nick Coppola, who works for sports at the Sun News here in Las Cruces, the Las Cruces Sun News is what it's known as. He was posting last year about the dates that all the players signed, and a lot of them were in May, June, July, some in April. So even though we haven't seen anything too crazy yet, there's definitely a lot to come soon, I would expect. The college season just got done officially a week ago from today. So expecting a lot of players to get signed soon. Right now we have Gabe, Jacoby, Marvin, Anthony. We have Omar coming in, Ekwe coming in. So that's 6 players we already have on our roster. And we've offered probably at least double-digit people already. So we can keep adding on from there. That's already, like I said, 6, 7 guys. Get some dominant posts in there, some posts that can shoot the ball well, that can do a little bit of both those things. Get some more dominant guards. I think Omar's gonna be really good. Like I said, there was that video I was watching the other day, and he is super athletic, about 6'4"-ish. He can be a great player. Shooting McKinnon did a great job recruiting him. He's really high on him. And I know Terry Thomas is really high on that Mims guy I was talking about in one of the previous videos. So maybe get a guy like him, that'd be huge. And again, Mims and Michael, if those could be both the guys that are dominant players inside the 3-point line, but maybe extend the range a little bit. At this point, Steph Curry's obviously changed the game a lot, where a lot of guys are shooting threes, especially big men and forwards that aren't used to. That's why they're stretch forwards and even stretch fives. So we'll see if those players can develop into that and if they're able to play for us. If they do, I would love them to develop that. If not, I would still root for them, root the best for them, because they could have been a possible Aggie. But at the same time, I'd be a little upset, like, hey man, you can come play here. So we'll just see how it all goes down. That's going to close it out for today's video. Quick update for you guys. If there's any more players I see that the Aggies are trying to get or possibly sign or offer, definitely let you guys know. Definitely let you guys know if any players actually commit here. That's what I want to make. That's what I want the next video to be about, that if it can. But we'll just see how the process goes. Obviously, these guys got to do what's best for their life. But hopefully, what they do is best is come here, play for Aggie Nation. We'll support them. Like I've said a couple times before, we treat our basketball players here like kings, all our sports, especially basketball. We love basketball. Football coming up, really excited for that. Baseball's going on right now. They actually play against UNM tomorrow. Going to go to that, try to go to some games on the weekends. And you guys should too. Go support the Aggies in all sports, not just basketball. Even though obviously this is a strictly basketball channel. I don't have any more shorts videos to post, so maybe I'll take some baseball shots and post those, and that'd be really cool. Obviously these main videos are uploaded, talking about basketball, but maybe the short videos can be a mix of all sports here, at NMSU, or is anything I see that's interesting. Those really help out the views and help out the subscriber count. We're about 809, 810 right now, so let's keep that going. Road to 1K, hopefully within the next year by the time I graduate, which, fun fact, I technically could graduate next semester. I was talking to my mom about that. My major is in journalism. I'm getting a minor in social media management, but I can also get one in strategic communications, which will really help me in my goal of becoming a sports information director, working in sports public relations. So I'll probably just stick with that. I had no idea I could have graduated until next semester, until recently. I was looking at my star at it looked like I could, but probably just going to hold off on it, graduate in May of next year, give me more time to take classes I want to and get those 2 minors, better than 1. Again, it'd be cool to say I can graduate early, but I mean, if I can get that second minor, might as well do it. I'm only like 1 or 2 classes away from doing it from the following semester, so might as well take that. Still need to take 3 classes outside of journalism, so I'm trying to get that all done. Not trying to tell you guys my whole life story, that's not what this video is about. But just want to mention that that'd be cool, because sometimes I give you guys those personal updates. Had that internship in the summer in Artesia, going to be up in Portland, Washington for the first month, and then for the last 2 be in Artesia. Maybe go back to home a little bit after that. But in that whole time, the reason I'm bringing this all up is because no matter how much I'm doing, still going to be bringing you guys a lot of content and Aggie info. So please keep up with the channel. Please keep supporting the shorts videos and the main uploads. And I'm out.